A priest, a scientist, and a philosopher walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Right this way. The minister and rabbi already sat down." They're all his regulars. They're used to his bad jokes. Then the bartender sees they're all dressed in black. Wait, who died? Bradsky. Bill Bradsky? Is there another Bradsky? No, there's only one Bill Bradsky. All right then, what do you have? Guinness, Bradsky's favorite. A toast to Bill Bradsky, the finest friend we ever knew. To Bill Bradsky, the most tortured soul we ever met. To Bill Bradsky, the best used car salesman in Podunk, Ohio. They each drank their drink in one continuous stream of chugs, and the bartender reloaded their Guinnesses. Then the scientist says to the priest, "Tell us about Bradsky and the algebra test again." "Ah, yes, he was a troubled young man. I was in my classroom after school. Bradsky knocked on the door. 'Father, I can't take it anymore.' 'What's wrong, Billy?' 'I cheated on my algebra test.' 'Ah, the quadratics got you all tangled up again, do they?' 'Father, all the kids, they're all cheating. I can't keep up.' 'Ah, that's no excuse, you know that, Billy. The decisions you make now lay the groundwork. You are responsible for your choices in this life and the next.' 'All right, Father, but sometimes it's hard to make the right choice.' 'I know, Billy, I know. But you can make one right now. Who keeps stealing all the wine from the rectory? An Irishman's got one way in this world, and dry ain't it.' Billy never gave up the thieving bastards, and I'll drink to that." And the bartender reloaded their Guinnesses. Then the philosopher says to the scientist, "Remember the time Bradsky sold you that lemon?" "Yeah, the 1970 Ford Maverick in anti-establishment green. That car ran through gas like an old man after a pot of coffee. But at least he took me out for a drink afterward to celebrate. Told me about his marriage problems. Like when his wife asks him to solve her problem and complains about his solution. Bradsky kept talking about taking personal responsibility for his relationships. You really did a number on him, Father." "Well, what did you do to ease his pain, Mr. Fancy Pants Neuroscientist?" "I told Bradsky free will is just the thing science hasn't figured out yet. It all comes down to your genes, environment, and first interactions. Did you know you unconsciously decide things 1 full second before you think your conscious brain decides? Those first interactions beget the second and the third and so on. And how did that inhuman mindset work out for Mr. Bradsky?" "Well, Bradsky said it was easier to deal with people after that. How can you blame someone when they don't have a choice?" "Well, I have a choice right now, and you're buying the next round." And the bartender reloaded their Guinnesses. Then the priest says to the philosopher, "Remember the time Bradsky lost the sheriff's cars?" "Yeah, Bradsky was sitting right there in that stool, crying out more alcohol than he drank. And you know Bradsky. He'd outdrink an Irish rugby team." See, the Podunk police were about to buy 10 used cars. They don't have much money in Podunk. Bill had it all lined up. Then Bill lowballed the sheriff on his trade-ins. The sheriff walked right out. That was the moment the best damn car salesman in Podunk, Ohio, got fired. After a minute, Bill looked up from his beer. I said, "Bill, you were just doing your job." He said, "But I had a choice, and I chose wrong." "I know, Bill, I know. But we don't really choose much. You chose to lowball once, the first time, because that's how they train you. After that, it's mostly automatic. Remember that when you're beating yourself up. Be kind to yourself, Billy. And never forget, you're Bill Bradsky. Your kids love you. Your wife tolerates you. You'll get a new job." The priest and scientist finished the story. And he did get a new job at Mel's Used Cars, the best damn cars in Podunk, Ohio. And the bartender reloaded their Guinnesses. Then the priest said, "I just don't know if Bradsky ever took it to heart." Just then the bar double doors opened like an old saloon. A wind swept in, and the ghost of Bill Bradsky stepped inside. "Bill?" "No, Bob. Bob Bradsky. Pleased to meet you. My dad told me you'd all be down here torturing yourselves over his tortured thoughts." "Don't worry, fellas. See, Mr. Priest, my dad taught me to believe in myself and my power to choose. Mr. Scientist, my dad asked me to be kind to people who know not what they do. Mr. Philosopher, my dad trained me to be kind to myself because I'm a mess too. And now I've come to my own determination. I've got free will. I feel it in my bones. But the rest of you all are robots. I'm sorry, but it helps me deal with you people when you cut me off in traffic." A priest, a scientist, and a philosopher walk out of a bar. Sad and happy. Back to you.